I'm gonna boost your bicep growth with natural hypertrophy techniques for lasting muscle gains. Bicep hypertrophy. So how many bicep exercises should you do? Now that's a good question. And a lot will depend on your training split, the intensity that you use, and also your ability to recover. But before we tuck into that, let me quickly explain what we're working with. And this applies no matter if you're 50 trying to build muscle or if you're 30 and you're in the midst of building muscle. In general, curls are split into 3 areas. That's curls that mainly hit the long bicep head that makes up the peak of your arm, curls that mainly hit the short bicep head and gives you that awesome looking width, and curls that focus on the brachialis, which is that small muscle that runs between your tricep and your long bicep head into your forearm. So now we know what we're working with. Let's tuck that information into our pockets because we're going to need it in a minute. I'm going to answer the question of how many bicep exercises we need to do. And then I'm going to bless you with 9 of the coldest, the most deadliest, baddest curls on the planet. And at least 8 of them you may never have tried before. So stick around to watch that. And then I'm going to give you a really good way of being able to recover and take that to the next level. So let's answer the question. It all depends on your training split. So just imagine you train 3 times a week doing full body exercises. The way I would do it would be on Monday, I would choose an exercise that targets the long bicep head. Now, don't worry, I'm going to show you exercises that target all 3 areas. And then on Wednesday, I will target the short bicep head. And on Friday, I will then again focus on the brachialis. Now, if you're training once per week, you'll probably need 3 exercises. You will really have to then look at how many sets you're doing and the intensity that you're using if you're going to pile all 3 exercises into one workout. Now, obviously, if you're training biceps twice a week, you may decide on a day that you're probably not doing as many back exercises that you may want to do an exercise that targets the long bicep head and the short bicep head. And then on your second workout, you may just want to target the brachialis. Before I give you these 9 of the coldest curls to make those guns grow, let me just lightly touch on this. Because without this, it doesn't matter what you're doing, whether you've gone and asked Jesus to give you these curls, they won't work unless you're training with a level of intensity that requires your body to adapt and grow. So if you're training like you're rocking a newborn baby, nothing's going to happen. The way we need to train is with intent. The word is intent. So that means challenging your muscles, challenging them from week to week. So don't just plan for doing the same amount of reps every week with the same weight. No, if on week 1 you managed X amount of reps with X amount of weight, challenge yourself to take that to the next level. It doesn't matter if you're 50, 60, 30, 20, muscle growth is the same. So the number 1 thing is intensity of effort. And the second thing you must employ is progressive overload. That means if you did 10 reps last week, next week, do 11. Now, if you are ready to see these 9, I'm building these up, these 9 curls, put a hell yeah in the comments. And let's go. Okay, from left to right, let's get the curl you recognize out of the way. And that's the preacher curl. Your objective is stretch-mediated hypertrophy, which is a type of muscle growth that occurs when your muscles are trained while stretched beyond a certain point. With this, most muscle growth stimulation happens from the fully stretched position to halfway up in the movement. In the middle, we have the bent over curl. Now, this curl allows you to isolate the short head and gain serious width with a free but secure movement. For concentration, spider curl is off to the right of your screen. This movement will crawl all over your bicep with a sickening pump while locking your elbows in to eliminate momentum and keep that tension right on the short bicep head. After you drop the dumbbell, because you will if you use enough intensity, come back and let me know how you got on in the comments. Okay, fellas, before I give you the long bicep head treat, if you want to unlock the secret to building muscle after 50, you need to download my free cheat sheet. Link in the description. Now let's go long bicep head. The flat bench curl takes the left spot on your screen. One of the most potent and underrated bicep curls out there. Why? Because not only are you terrorizing the long bicep head with the most tension at the bottom of the movement, you're also strengthening the connection between the long bicep head and the shoulder, where most bicep injuries and tears occur. You need to go slow with this movement. Circle back to the comments and describe how you feel after you're done. The heavy band curl stands to the right of your screen. Now, the worst thing you could do is underestimate this movement. The fact that you can rotate your wrist at the bottom and pull the band apart at the top makes this heavy duty from start to finish. The tension is unreal and takes standing curls to a whole new level. The lean back curl squeezes itself right in the middle of the situation. If you want to intimidate those long bicep heads, step forward, lean back on a rack or a wall. By doing this, your arms fall naturally behind the line of your body, which makes you target the long bicep head better, like a laser-guided missile. No need to curl the weight to your ears. Aim for a 90-degree angle where all the action is. By rights, the hammer tuck should take center stage. That's how good it is at making grown men cry. The art here is to use your body to maximize the movement. Keep your elbows locked in and rock forward to meet the dumbbells. Now rock back while extending those arms. If you've never had the pleasure of meeting this movement, do yourself a favor and add it in now. And then come back and explain to the world how you couldn't move your arms for a few days. Yep, you're going down on both knees for the dead stop hammer curls, and you just might end up on all fours by the time you finish. That dead stop position kills all momentum and pours all the tension like hot lava all over that brachialis. Just make sure you come back and drop a comment after dropping a hammer. Now, when it comes to moving the most weight and putting the brachialis on notice, this curl nails it and hammers home what it really means to curl big boy weights. Okay, before we go, let's quickly touch on recovery. Now, if you're a bit scared of using the intensity that I was speaking about, and most certainly those curls, recovery might be an issue. Now, if you want to take your recovery to a whole new level and, in turn, your muscle growth, I want you to do one thing, and that is to write the word FIT, F-I-T, in the comments, and I will send you the inside scoop on something that is going to change the whole supplement industry and turn it on its head. Coming soon. Now, bless yourself with at least doing one of these exercises, and then come back and tell us how you feel in the comments. Peace, love, and bigger biceps. Boom.